morning to you.
What's happy about a Monday morning? You got anything out of here?
Yeah, you wanted to see what you were getting started at.
Well,
Oh, you got a lot to do.
there's 3 steam jennies out by the door.
Yeah.
That gotta be looked at. I gotta head out and do some mobile repair, and what else? And every Monday morning I gotta come and clean off my bike ramp.
You do, well.
Every Monday morning.
It's your own fault.
It's brutal, so what do you do? Yeah, so
Yeah, you cleaned it off twice last week, didn't you?
last week, I cleaned it up Monday morning, and Tuesday morning I cleaned it off again.
Yeah.
People are bringing in stuff to be repaired, and this seems like this is where it always ends up, eh?
That's true.
And yeah, so there's a bit of stuff here this morning. The DeWalt is just a 5.5-inch grinder, 7 amp grinder that I replaced from my Mastercraft. Not Mastercraft, yeah, Mastercraft over here. Canadian Tire model over here. There's the DeWalt. There's the, Mastercraft. Those things there, like, they were pretty good when they looked like that, but somehow Canadian Tire is finding a cheaper way to build these things all the time.
That's true, isn't it?
Now it's getting to the point that the cardboard box that they come in is actually better quality than the grinder itself.
Wow.
So I just said, frig it, I'm not having anything more to do with Canadian Tire's grinders. So, went to Canadian Tire. What did they have on sale? But this DeWalt 4.5-inch 7 amp grinder. So, I don't know what this is. Don't say the amperage on this. This is a 6 amp, but there's no guts to it. So that's the reason why that box is down there. But the problem is when you buy these grinders from DeWalt, you're forced to buy them in the box. And that there is useless. Although you could take the guts out of the inside of it and make a nice lunchbox out of it. You know, we'll have to repurpose it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to use for that one.
See?
Okay. Oh, yeah, you got all the plastic.
You got all this plastics in there, right? But you can cut it all out if it's worth the trouble. But it's nice hinge and stuff, honestly. So that's why that's there. Now, we were at Princess Auto yesterday, right?
We did.
And while at Princess Auto, we bought this ProPoint 6-inch bench vise. It's a swivel vise. Now folks, I'm admittedly a vise offender. I'm a vise abuser.
Are you?
A vise is probably the most abused item in the shop. I literally beat the living daylights out of it.
You do.
Don't I?
Yeah.
You know, like wherever I can clamp it down, that's what gets whacked. Anyway, last week, or no, about 2 weeks ago now, I had a big job here, and it was a shaft of some kind of a farm implement. And I kind of went to straighten it, okay? And I heated it up till it was blood red and orange and everything else. I said, I'll clamp that in the vise. And it was about 8 feet long. And of course, when I yanked on it, I put my feet up against the toolbox and yanked on it, and of course, I saw all these little bits of cast iron going everywhere, cast steel going everywhere, so I said, well, that's the vise gone. So I said, well, I won't buy one until I get to Princess Auto and see one on sale. Well, yesterday, there was one on sale. So, we'll have a little look. The Princess Auto ProPoint stuff is really nice quality. Yeah, I know it's made in China, but what's not made in China these days? You know. So we'll have a little look-see here. It's got all kinds of little dooflickies. Okay, I'll put it there.
What a dooflicky?
Beats me. Yeah. Oh gosh, so dirty. they say on the box it's unbreakable. I don't know if they should have stated that.
Well, keep your box.
That's my telephone.
Better go get that.
Okay, see you later. Sorry about that, folks. Another job. It's Monday. What do you expect? So, yeah. So where were we to? Oh, yes. They say it's unbreakable.
Unbreakable. Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
that one.
Yeah, unbreakable. Yeah. It's really funny, actually. But anyway, we shall see, you know. So
Oh, hey, it could be.
there's another part of it. Oh, gosh. Gee, a fellow wants to eat his Cheerios before he gets at this in the morning.
Wowza. Different looking reef.
Here it is, dear. Anyway, I'm kind of a fan of Welton vices. The problem is with Welton vices, well, this one here, retail, I think is $220, and on sale it was $189. That had hardly paid a tax on a Welton.
Yeah.
So, considering the fact that I beat the living daylights out of them, I figured, well, why not?
True.
We'll see how unbreakable it is.
Yeah, you're going to put it to the test.
Well, I mean, I don't physically set out to beat them up, but,
Yeah.
you know, when you're banging on a piece of metal here and you know,
Miss.
well, not that you miss, it's that you're straining stuff up and, you know, you're hammering and, you know, they do take a lot of going over, right? So, regards to the fit and finish, it looks excellent. You know, it's got way adjusters here to keep the slop out of it. It's got a place there, look, to hold pipe,
Oh, yeah.
which my other one didn't have.
No.
So it's, it actually looks like it's built pretty well, right? And of course, you can mount it without the swivel or with the swivel.
Yep.
So we'll lay that over here. It's heavy. So that's it. The
What's
other,
that long dooflicky?
well, that's what I was getting at now. If you patiently wait, you know, like I'm not the Flash, especially Monday morning. I'm not the friggin' Flash.
This is my
See,
patient.
you turned on that Netflix thing there the other day, and you saw the Flash on there, and you figures,
I thought that was reality.
well, that's not reality.
I thought that was real
You're
life.
watching too much Big Bang Theory. Sheldon was dressed up the other day as the Flash, and she said, what's the Flash do? And she said, he's really fast. And she said, how fast is he? And he went like that. She said, see? He said, I went down the road and I just came back.
I like it.
Anyway, yeah, this here is a telescopic pressure wand. So if I want to clean the big doors there in the shop, I just add to this, pull on this, and it expands. And then I can clean without actually getting an under that I used to do before and have the water come down on top of me. And that was on sale. That was what, 120? And it went on-
Regular, yeah, I think it was 90. I think it was $30 off it.
Yeah, it was 90. That's what we paid, was
We paid
89.
90, yeah,
But it
89.
was 120 regular. So,
Yeah.
and it's built very, very well. It's got a 4,000 psi trigger system on it. It's got a nice hose. It's fiberglass handled. I got to tell you, it's a quality product. So I'm pretty pleased with that. What else? 2 casters.
What are they for?
Well, they're from a little tool caddy that I keep running over with the forklift. Need we say more?
No, we don't.
And this here, oh yeah, this here. This here is a part for the other gate opener.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a battery warmer.
Wow.
And this here is a little sensor. So this gets taped to the battery. This goes up alongside the battery. This gets wired in just to 18 volts. And when the temperature drops down to, I think, -5 degrees Celsius, that cuts the warmer in, keeps the battery warm all winter. So that's pretty neat. And it's made by GTO, which is the parent company of Mighty Mule. Yeah, so that's it. This here Well, this is another Princess Auto part, or a tool that we bought, and this is a tubing bender. But it's a radius bender. What it does is it puts a gradual bend on things, whereas the big pipe bender there can put, you know, pretty well any bend on it. We have a job to do with your pond.
Yes,
Will we go out and have a look at the pond
and assess it.
and assess it? Okay.
Ooh, nice sunny morning.
Did you say it's Sunday morning?
Oh, sunny.
Oh, because I thought we gone that in time.
No.
I'll go back in the house. I'll wait till Monday to go out
I
there.
just went back in time.
Anyway, for those of you who've watched us in the past, we built this pond this summer. I don't know how many installments of this pond there was. There might have been 7 or 8, eh? But this pond at one time was only about that big. And it was only about that deep. In the early days of the old pond, we used to leave our fish in the pond all winter. Some winters here can be quite harsh, some can be quite easy. What we did in the past is we built a cover to put over the pond because we left the fish in there. And the pond cover seemed like a great idea. It kind of looked like a mini house, didn't it, eh?
Yeah.
It was only about that high, and it looked like a great idea, and it worked really good. But with goldfish, when it gets down below minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit, they don't eat. They go in like a hibernation. Their metabolism slows down to the point where they're just basically keeping themselves alive. They hardly move. The problem was with the pond cover at the time is when we put the pond cover on and we put a tarp over it, during the coldest winter days, the sun is quite bright. Inside the pond cover, it was hot.
Oh,
It had a greenhouse effect. And what we found is in the spring of the year, we always only had 1 fish out of 20 left. And like, I'm no Sherlock Holmes, you know, but I'm going to tell you something. It was the same fish every year.
It was year after
And it was
year.
like it was the only fish I ever saw grow in the winter.
Yep.
So what was happening, the temperature would creep up, mother fish would get the munchies and start munching on the rest of the fish. So by the spring of the year, she was the only one left. So we're not going to do that anymore. What we're going to do to winterize the pond, we're going to take out the pump, we're going to empty the skimmer, which is on this end. The falls won't be going. We're going to put 4 ear stones down in the water, and we're going to build a cover. And the cover is going to be a low arch cover. It's going to be roughly 12 feet long.
Yeah.
So this is going to cover about a 7-foot span. And basically what it's going to do, if they think they're getting fed now, what it's going to do, it's going to put a small arch over the pond just to keep the water directly off the 7 feet in question here. And the ends are going to be open. That way, we feel that the temperature will stay the same outside as it is in. Basically, all this cover is going to do is relieve the pond from a lot of snow if we get a lot of snow. It can fill it on that side, it can fill it on that side, but it'll still have a good opening there for the fish because the ear stones will keep the ice in that clear. So that's why we have the bender out this morning. We're going to eventually be bending these pipes. So we'll go over now, we'll have a look at the pipe and show you what the pipe we're using. This is my steam jetty collection.
Let's say, where did the pipe
I
go?
collect clocks and gas pumps and Coca-Cola. Well, I'm into steam jetties now. How many people do you know collect steam jetties? Anyway, so we have an 1.5 inch pipe here. Thin wall pipe. Do you remember the exact thickness of it?
I thought, was it 40? It couldn't be 40.
It could be, yeah.
gauge.
But anyway, we'll check on that for you. But it's basically exhaust pipe. They're 10-foot lengths. So we're going to change the dies on that roller, and then we're going to start. I'll show you a few tricks that I use when I'm bending pipe.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a different pipe. We didn't go, I don't know what the thickness is, we can check. But the
Well, we
sketch
were going to
40,
go
we
with an
changed
inch and a
our mind.
quarter,
Yeah.
but we went with an inch and a half.
Yeah, because the other stuff was way heavy.
Yeah.
Didn't need it.
No, we didn't need it. And not only that, this here is going to be it's going to be able to be used for the next 10 years, easy, by the time it's done. We'll just take it out as a module and just lay it down in the back somewhere for the summer. And when the winter comes, we just lay it in place, put the tarp over it. It's easy peasy.
Yep.
So I got to go to work first, though, and then I'll
Yeah,
come back and
you
then
sure
we'll
do.
start at it.
Hey, how'd you make out?
Huh?
How'd you make out?
Well, I got the wheel off, but I had to take the induction machine, the mini doctor, mini ductor, to get them off. So I'll place a
Sees,
couple
huh?
I took a picture,
Okay.
so I'll place a picture in the video so they can see what I was doing and where I was to.
That's good.
Dinner time.
Dinner time. So you got it all spread out.
Yeah, well, it's almost 4 o'clock, and we're only just getting back to it.
I know.
Oh my. Well, seems like if you want to create work for yourself, just try to do something for yourself, and they come rolling in.
It's true.
So anyway, yeah. Now this is the Princess Auto tubing roller.
Yeah, we used them before, didn't we?
Not this one. It's
No.
never been used.
Never been used.
We showcased it there
Yeah, we did.
a while back, but we never really got at it. Never really had a chance to do it. Sure, we haven't stopped all summer. So anyway, this is an 1.5 inch pipe, and these are the dies we need. The problem is, as we already pointed out in our previous video when we were showcasing this, is in order to change those dies, we have to haul the whole back out of the machine.
Wow.
Because there's no allowances to pull those shafts and pull them out through. So let's have a look and see if that is truly the case. Because, I don't know, maybe there's a trick to it that I'm not aware of.
No time like the present to
Well,
find out.
this is it, because we got to change the dies anyway, so we might as well show the folks at home how it's done. So I'm not going to use the silly little Allen key that comes with it. I'm going to call on my buddy here. He's much more efficient.
Yeah, that's ratchet, isn't it?
That's Ratchet, yeah. First name is Rat, his last name is...
Okay, all right. This is a family show.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Everybody else is
It
filling in the
spells as
blank.
S-C-H-I-T,
Does it? No,
right? What were you thinking?
I was thinking of ratchet.
Well, his first name is Rat, his last name is...
C-H-E-T. Ratchet. That's why you need to spell things sometimes, because the pronunciation sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Come on, roll with it. That was bad, wasn't it? Yeah, it's been an eventful day, eh?
It has indeed.
Be interesting to see if there's any other way of changing that. People ask me why I don't wear my wireless. Can you imagine this by a microphone?
Right or not. Oh, so there it is.
There it is. So, ooh. Ooh. This one here, we can change without taking the back off. The other two we can't, because the other two got a keyway in them. Same
Does
time.
one have to come out, the one,
It's
whatever
gotta
one
come
you
out.
change into the, I
Yeah.
guess they all do, do.
Yep. Maybe bring this up a bit further. Shall see. It'd still make it easier to take the back off though, won't it? Okay. Now. Guess what?
You got a problem.
Yeah, we're gonna take
Oh,
off
Are you
these.
thinking the bottom one's gotta come out?
Yep. I think I'm gonna go and get something
Yeah.
accurate for that.
Better come back.
That's better.
Yeah, it is.
I thought that was my stomach, but that's a Jake break.
Could be your stomach too, I'm pretty hungry.
I'm pretty hungry.
Mhm.
Yeah. As I say, Newfoundland was starving.
Stop.
Starving.
Yep, sandwich has been long gone that we had for lunch.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, there it is with the keyway.
Yeah.
So, I know there's going to be 10,000 different suggestions. I'll leave them suggestions to the people. But as you can see, the key is only cut so far, right? But it makes no difference really, because you can't pull it right through, right? You'd never be able to pull it through anyway, huh?
No,
So,
there's really only one way to.
well, right, as it stands there now, like, you got to remember something too, folks. You know, these tools, like I've used a lot of Princess Auto tools, and I'm telling you, like, a lot of them are great. They make really good pullers. I have never broken a puller. I've had snap-on pullers here, I've had Mac tool pullers here, and I've cracked them and stripped them out, but I have never done it with a Princess Auto puller.
Wow.
It's crazy. And we're talking like maybe a $20 puller as opposed to, in some cases, a $100 puller.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, but these machines, they get the job done, but they're not for production.
No,
This is meant for people like us who occasionally
that's right.
have an arch to make. You know, like there's companies out there who make dedicated machines just for this. But I'd rather pay the $200 than pay the $20,000,
That's right.
right?
I go along with that.
Yeah, really. I mean, that's really biting into boots and purses and stuff when you start spending that kind of money just for...
Serious boots. and
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So there's you know, that's what... There's a reason for this.
And that's okay.
Oh, well, it's perfect. I'm going to tell you something. For the $200 that this thing cost, you couldn't make it.
Oh, you
You
wouldn't
couldn't build it yourself. I mean, by the time you buy the steel,
get.
and the time you mill it all out, I mean, seriously, it's, you
Not
know,
possible. Can't be done.
oh boy, that don't want to come out. I gotta get a sledgehammer. No, I gotta get a rubber hammer.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
There's a wasp flying around me.
Wasps.
Wasp.
Yeah, I know. A lot of them around.
There is.
I got the brake cleaner here. I take them right down to the
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Zzz.
Zip.
Yeah, what they do is it blinds them, then you go over and you poke their eyes at them.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
Oh, did you break it? It's rattling.
Well, you know, when I'm not taping, I usually got the Eagles on, and I'm doing the percussion while I'm working. Yeah, so this is the other one, the gutter one. He's a little tighter, eh? Just
Yep.
a wee bit.
A little bit.
So what we can do, see, is we can get all this straightened away, and then hopefully, if we get some time tomorrow, we can start to bend one pipe. So
Yeah.
what we're going to do is we'll bend one pipe, and we'll get the arch right on the pond, and then we'll do the other 6 pipes. Well, it's going to be 7 altogether. We'll do the other 7 pipes that way. The same way, same arch.
That's right. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, eh? Because,
Too high, we only need a little bit, so that's okay.
huh?
Yes, by doing one, we'll size it up and see what we need.
Yeah, we'll get it done today, tomorrow, hopefully. So this is basically what you need to do,
To change the dial.
change the roller dies, yeah? Yeah. But again, it's no big deal. It'll take 15 minutes,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, it's not a hassle.
Well, you know, people are going to say, well, you could do this with it, you could do that with it. Look, folks,
Knock yourself out.
go to it.
That's right.
Because
Have
I'll tell you something, it don't make sense to spend 2 days modifying this, and it might only be used two hours in my lifetime.
Yep.
You know? So, like I said,
Size is the other die, because this one's 1.5. I guess a bunch of different dies came with it.
yes, yeah. I don't remember, there's a bunch of them, but I don't remember the exact sizes. You can look it up in Princess Auto. Yeah. But it's it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it performs, right? I suspect it'll be a slow process, but then again, how do you get a bend otherwise? Because, like, I could put like a roofed arch with this one on the pipe, but heck, that's no fun. I
No,
don't get to use the new bender.
no, that's no fun.
Hey, bye. Yep.
So that's it, so we'll leave it alone and test it out when we get the next chance. At least it dies and everything's changed over.
Yeah, and
And you're ready to go.
folks get a chance to see how it's done.
Yeah, sure.
Because I was sizing that up the last time we had this in the video, and I said, it's got to come apart. And it had to come apart.
I wouldn't want a mic next to that thing.
No. People always ask, how come you don't wear your wireless, or how come you don't use a wireless? Well, you know, you don't necessarily hear me better with a wireless when I'm using power tools or equipment,
No?
because you're going to hear the equipment. Of course, maybe that's what they're hoping for. They'd rather hear the equipment
Well,
than me.
true, and too polite to say.
And, oh well, some of them aren't too friggin' polite. We get some nasty emails.
Yeah, not everybody's polite.
One guy called you up here one time and told you off because you never said how many acres we had.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey?
Yeah.
Totally,
I don't know why he needed to know.
totally put out. Yeah.
When we were doing the land expansion, yeah, he said, well, how much acres you got there anyway? You never did say.
Yeah. Yeah. And he wasn't that nice about it.
No, we're, like I said, toned it down.
Oh yeah, big time. So what I might do here is I might drill a couple of holes, and that way I can mount the Z steering wheel on there.
then we can do the adjustment.
Yeah, that's like a simulator,
Yeah,
driving simulator.
driving simulator. So tomorrow, hopefully, we'll come back and see how it works.
Okay.
Till then.
I notice all the commotion, you must be moving.
If I had any sense, I would. Man, look at the wasp.
Ooh, is a big one?
Oh, he's a big one. He got a stinger on him like a pool cue. Look, look.
Let's have a look in. Oh yeah.
They're nasty. Looks still alive too. Look. I'll let him suffer.
Getting, oh, so your bike ramps inside.
Yeah, I put that out there. I got to, yeah, it's nice, eh?
Beautiful.
And plus, every year I try to clean up the area where it is. So what I'm going to do is when this job is done, I'm going to take one of those steam jennies on a test drive.
Oh,
And I
okay.
cleaned this up really, really good. Because that'll blow all this old sticky stuff off. And I'll be able to possibly put some new stuff on there. Yeah.
Yep.
So, oh yes. So we got this hooked up now. Oh, if anybody asks how this comes out, well, this is a system that I got made up years ago. And it just goes in under there. I should lubricate the wheels, I guess. Anyway, I drilled some holes in this.
Did you?
You'll see holes in various places it is drilled because that's for various benders and vices. So, yeah, the only thing, I shouldn't be too critical because of the price of it. There's some things I really like about it. I like the fact that both lower rollers are powered rollers. In other words, they're under power from this wheel. This wheel technically could be a little bit bigger, but I don't like this. You got to use a wrench like that on it. What I'm going to do is before I start, I'm going to take this off, I'm going to machine this down, and I'm going to put a nut on it and weld it on because it's much easier than to use a socket and a ratchet, you know.
I guess a lot of people maybe after for use at home and not commercially would probably have
Well,
to
exactly. Everybody got one of them,
use- Yeah.
right?
That's
The only thing, but everybody who got one of these should have at least one of them too,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, they should.
So, you know, if you don't have one of them,
Get out of
priorities, priorities. Get one of them before you buy one of them, a socket set. You know. So that's it. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do, and then we shall start. I got the pipe laid out on the floor just to give us some idea where 7 feet is to.
Yep.
And it should be interesting to see if this thing works at all, or how well it do work.
Yeah, moving.
Oh, the vise. We hooked up the vise. Come in.
You coming in? Wait.
Come on, hurry on, will you? Tom's one here. Come on.
This
You coming
is-
on?
Yes, this is my hurry.
The vise. This here is the new Princess Auto vise. A lot of likes about this vise. It's a nice vise. I like the fact the record one only had a bolt. It was a swivel vise and it only had one way to lock it down, which was here. So sometimes if you were really wrenching on it, it would lift up off the base on this side. But this here has 2 lockdowns. So in other words, it's good and solid. What else I do like about it is it can turn 360 degrees, right? Which is really nice. The other thing that I really, really, really like about it, it's not a casting, it's a steel vise. And how do I know it's a steel vise? Well, I'll show you how I know it's a steel vise. Look at the welds. Everything is welded. It's all welded here. It's all welded onto here. So that's why they're saying it's so strong. A casting got a tendency to crack easy, like the other one, and it cracked. 2 things. I put a washer under these. That way when you're tightening it down, you're not scratching up the paint like that's going to matter a week from now.
Yeah, true.
Right? You know? And probably only one dislike. I like the fit and finish. Beautiful fit and finish. Really nice paint on it. What I probably don't like is the fact that it don't have replaceable jaws here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's easy to overcome. You just buy a pair of jaws and you can drill it out and tap it. But you know, you know.
Oh, it's not bad.
No,
This way.
only one thing. Only one thing. So that's pretty smurfy in any man's language.
Got that right.
And I like the fact too, there's rubber on each end. That way when you let this drop, you don't get the clang.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So yeah. So that's the Princess Olive Vice. It was on sale for $189. Regular $219, $220.
Yep, something like
So
that.
$30 off. So, you know, $30, folks, is worth the gas to go get it.
Exactly.
Unless you live like 2 states away,
Well, that's right.
you know.
And you have to go to Princess Olive.
Yeah, you gotta go to Princess Olive.
Well, that's
So-
all good then.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do here now is I'm gonna finish cleaning up this little area here, and then I'm going to machine that down, and we'll get right to it. Okay, as you can see, I just machined down the edges of it. This was one of those nylon lock nuts, so I basically just took the threads out of it. I took the top off it so I can take that piece of nylon out, and then I can put it on like this. That gives me an area to fill in with the welding, and then I can put a little bit along the back, and she's done. Very simple to get out. It's just a cotter pin that goes through. Oh, somebody's fighting for their life. Hopefully they survive, eh? So yeah, so this is what I'm going to weld, and then we're in business. Here, the garbage truck.
Yeah.
Wow. So-
So. Here it that long, so it must be having a lot of stuff on it.
There it is. It's done. So I'm just going to install that now. And it just installs and puts a cotter pin through, and that'll be it. So anyway, folks, this is going to be a 2-part series, because I really don't know how long this video is up to this point, and I don't want a 2-hour video, and you guys don't either. So we'll be back for part 2. And hopefully be quiet. We got birds chirping, dump trucks going, not dump trucks, but garbage trucks going. It's kind of crazy. So stay tuned for part 2, and you'll get to see this work and see how it turns out. Thanks for watching. God bless.